ganz wichtig ist auch, also es wird dann später leichter, wenn du dann besseres Equipment freischaltest. Das schaltest du dann einfach mal Schläger frei 30, 40 Meter weiter schlagen.
Krass. Ja.
Ja, dafür musst du aber auch erstmal spielen.
Ja, überhaupt erstmal was gewinnen können, Alter.
Ja, du musst ja nicht gewinnen, du musst nur unter den Besten sein. Sag ich mal so, gewinnen ist nicht das Wichtigste. Zumindest nicht im ersten Moment. Erstmal, wenn du im Karriereaufbau bist, da ist erstmal wichtig, eine solide Leistung zu zeigen unter den Besten, sag ich mal 10, 15.
Warte mal, ich muss mal kurz meine Stimme deaktivieren. Warte.
Das ist jetzt quasi mein erstes PGA-Turnier. Also ich war ja damals schon weiter, aber jetzt halt nicht mehr.
This is EA Sports. PGA Tour coverage coming up next. Today it's live opening round coverage of the Career Builder Challenge.
Okay, mit Dreieck, das war hier nicht mit R2 wie in GTA, sondern mit Dreieck, dass du zoomen kannst. Ja, das Zielen kannst du halt mit dem linken Stick.
Frank, over the course of the last 15 years or so, there have been a number of initiatives within the game of golf just to try to grow the sport.
Yeah, we've seen the PGA Junior League, which is a series of competitions, obviously for juniors to play. But the first tee really is worldwide now, just to try and introduce players from all over the world into the game of golf. They're introduced with club professionals, they learn skills that are essential really to play the game of golf. But in 2014 was a real step, what I think, in the right direction to showcase the junior talent around the world with the drive, chip and putt, where you actually get a chance to play the drive, chip and putt final at Augusta National, the home of the Masters.
Imagine young kids, boys and girls, 8 years old, 11 years old, being able to go home and tell their friends, tell their families, hey, I have something in common with Jack Nicklaus, with Arnold Palmer, with Phil Mickelson, with Tiger Woods. I won at Augusta National Golf Club. Good chance now for a birdie. That was an outstanding play.
Well, it's almost a guarantee there after that shot.
Been pretty good all day from this distance, just trying to take care of business.
Was mir halt gefällt, ist, dass man noch recht viel nachkorrigieren kann in der Luft. Man hat immer, die Kamera ist auch gut, also die Kamera zeigt dir einen guten Überblick, wo der Ball hinfliegt, wo er hin muss. Und dann kannst du auch noch gut korrigieren in der Luft. Auch noch recht
While
spät
it mightn't
kannst du
have the
korrigieren.
yardage, it's certainly made up in strategy by all the bunkering down here, Rich. And it's really two bunkers that you've got to, or two complexes that you've really got to worry
Nee, ist es
about.
gar nicht.
One down the left, you'll see, is about 285 yards to carry, and then that next crop comes in just about 300 yards. So you've got to decide whether to go over the bunker on the left and short of the other one, or even lay up to the right, perhaps short. And that's where you realize this is very much a two-shot hole, and play it that way.
That was just a beautiful drive, and hit it solid and right in the middle. Frank, I'm guessing as a player, this is the kind of shot you like. Early in the round, short par 4, nice look as you get set for the approach shot.
After a tough opening hole, Pete Dye gives you a chance here. Scoring club in hand, if you can get it to the right distance, even 15 feet right of this flag, very much a birdie chance.
It should be pretty good right there. On the safe side. Well played here, went straight for the flagstick, and she will have a nice putt coming up. Frank going for another birdie here.
Just to get on a real roll.
Oder Winkel ist, oder also Fokus ist konzentrieren oder Fischstellen. Das heißt eigentlich Fokus. Ich finde auch das Gucken ist tausendmal lange.
That birdie?
Top 15 now on the leaderboard. Now to the third hole, a par 4, 471 yards. Frank, break this hole down for us.
Well, the trouble appears down that left side with the series of bunkers, but you've got to take into account the trees that are well positioned down the right side. Plus, as you can see, this fairway is not exactly
Ja,
flat.
das Focus Arc und Focus Aim, wenn du wechselst, das ist nur den Strich da, das ist nicht so wichtig, finde ich.
Well, that's got to be 300 yards, isn't it?
Getting set now for the second shot here at hole number 3, par 4.
Ja, und das ist krass. Ich schlag jetzt 300 Meter und mit den besten Schlägern könnte ich dir locker 330 Meter schlagen, locker. Aber um die Schläger erstmal zu bekommen, musst du erstmal spielen. Ich hab die halt nur offline da mit Timer und so schnell getan. Ah, ist ja noch ein bisschen zu stark. Bisschen zu viel 3 gewesen.
Not too bad, about 25 feet away. This one just requires a little bit of focus. Very well done. Almost made it.
Yeah, there'll be no stress for the next one.
Schade,
Doesn't want to let this one get away. She needs this for par. It's a -2 early in the round. Action is underway, and we'll take you out to hole number 4. Frank, I've been impressed with the play to this point early in the round.
Yeah, it's solid without being spectacular, and that's actually a huge compliment. This looks like it's going to find the target.
Well, she just played a wonderful shot from back there. Shouldn't be a problem here.
Ja, das ist die Stärke, mit der du schlägst, glaube ich. Du meinst jetzt unten rechts in der Ecke oder so? Ja, das ist, glaube ich, die Stärke. Ja, das ist die Stärke, mit der du schlägst. 100% Stärke. Also die maximale Stärke, glaube ich, oder so. Oder das ist das Feld. Oder es soll, Green ist nämlich eigentlich das Feld. Und T ist, glaube ich, der Startpunkt und Green ist jetzt hier die Endzone. War gut, dass ich nochmal nachkoordiniert habe. Ein bisschen nach hinten, den Einstieg nach hinten gegangen, weil ich gesehen habe, es geht ein bisschen den Berg hoch und das hat mich auch gerettet und sonst hätte der Schwung nicht.
That's the end of round 1, and we saw a lot of good golf out there today, Frank.
And it was a bonus to anyone that got off to a good start today.
Und ja, dein Charakter hat natürlich auch immer so bestimmte Attribute. Der ist am Anfang alle Attribute, glaube ich, auf 60 oder so. Und mittlerweile, ich habe nicht mal ein Spiel gespielt und schon alles auf 62. Also die Attribute gehen natürlich auch hoch. Dann wird es natürlich auch einfacher, den zu spielen. Den Charakter. Das ist alles auch so ein bisschen eine Fleißsache. Nee, das ist so die erste Zwischenetappe. Es gibt, glaube ich, immer, das ist immer aufgebaut in 3 oder 4 Tagen. Da hast du dann auch deine Outfits, die du kreieren kannst. Donnerstags, Freitags, Samstag, Sonntag Outfit für deinen Charakter mit verschiedenen Farben, verschiedenen Cappies, alles.
EA Sports is proud to present
Und das ist
today's
dann immer in
PGA
3,
Tour
4 Tage
coverage.
aufgeteilt. Die Löcher.
It's second round coverage of the Career Builder
Jetzt
Challenge.
siehst du, jetzt bin ich nicht mehr weiß gekleidet, sondern anders. Ja, so weit habe ich noch nicht gedacht. Boah, 11 Meter Wind, Alter. 11 Miles per Hour Wind, Alter, leck. Das ist immer pervers.
Appears to be a smart shot, Frank.
Yeah, no problem here. That's going to fly all the way.
Ich schieb's mal auf den Wind, Alter.
On the green, short, but plenty of real estate between the ball and the hole. Long putt here. This will require
Meter
a good
Putt,
touch.
Alter. Oder 75 Fuß vielmehr. 75 Fuß, Alter. Wie lange der schon den Putt lesen tut, Alter. Reading Putt, Alter. Wie lange der braucht, überhaupt einen Weg zu brechen. Ich schlag den einfach mal dahinter. Ja, komm. Boah, gar nicht mal so schlecht,
That's a bit
Alter.
disappointing.
Hätte
I
ich
guarantee you, though,
gar nicht bewegen müssen.
she thought she had that one.
Just a couple of feet.
War fast optimal, so wie es vorgegangen ist.
That's a
Egal.
nice confidence builder
Ich
right
sag
there. You
immer,
make
solange
those
es ein
for
Paar
par,
ist, ist alles gut.
you keep things steady. 14th hole, par 4 of 389 yards. It is short, but Frank, there is some danger lurking along the way.
Yeah, most of it's sand. Two options really: poke it down that left side, let it run down there like a
Schon wieder
bowling alley.
15
Either that or
Meter,
take
Alter.
that bunker completely out of play.
Geht denn ab mit dem Wind?
290, 300 yard category, and get it down there where it's just a flick wedge. And
Ja, kommt hier nach rechts. Kommt hier nach rechts bei.
Good contact, good result.
Hat
Well,
das
she's
Training
firing on all
ausgepackt.
cylinders right now, has really played mistake-free golf. It has been a pleasure to watch. All right, partner, walk us through this approach shot here at the 14th.
you have to respect the back of the screen as it starts to narrow up. The widest part of the screen is the front. The advantage of that, though, if you do leave it a little bit shorter, you are putting uphill.
Ansonsten kannst du unten links auch immer schauen, den Schwung. Jetzt habe ich zum Beispiel bei dem Schlag verkackt. Da muss man immer möglichst gerade auf den Stick nach hinten und nach vorne ziehen.
These putts keep the round together.
Sonst ist da unten voll so eine Kritzelei, als ob so ein Kind so ein Malbuch gemalt hat.
Well, that would have been a bonus had it gone in, but still,
Ey, der Wind macht mich so
reasonable
verrückt,
chance
Alter.
for par
15
here.
Meter, das
Yeah,
hab ich
there's
auch noch
no
nicht erlebt.
damage.
Glaub mir.
You're not going to birdie every hole.
Nee. Der Putt war auch am Limit.
good
ey.
putt. Solid par 4 here. The 15th is 468 yards. Frank, it makes the game easy when you play it from the fairway.
Especially when you play it from a lie like that.
Second, from an excellent lie.
Das ist fies, Alter.
Frank, the beauty of the game, the changing conditions. You've played it all over the world, and you don't play it inside a dome, do you?
Yeah, anybody can play on a fine, still day, but what separates the good from the great is actually days like today. That's when that little extra
Mit dem rechten
attention
Stick
to
kannst du
detail,
unten
the
rechts in
better
der Ecke
strike,
auch
the better swing is
aussuchen,
certainly
wo du
going
den
to
Ball
pay
treffen
dividends.
willst.
Frank, this one's going too far left,
Ich
it
gebe
looks
mal ein
like.
bisschen
Yeah, it was
Backspin.
fine there for a little while, but if it keeps
Boah,
going
gib
left,
dir einen
it's
bisschen
doing.
Backspin gegeben,
Pretty good
Alter.
result right there.
Super, weil ich da
Considering
gelandet
It
bin.
looked rough all the way, Rich.
Exactly.
It really did.
So a tester from 4 feet. Starting to make a nice move. 5 under with that birdie for the tournament. Frank, this could be an exciting and pivotal point in the round, the par 5 16.
Ich mach's halt einfach so, ich
Especially
versuche
if
mir
the
immer so
player decides to have a
vorzustellen, wie
go
ist der
here.
Wind,
If you're going to take it on a direct
das
line, then
Feld
you've got
aus,
to
wo der
carry
landet,
all
ob
of
das
that
schräg
bunker
ist oder so.
complex. But then the other
Und
thing
dann
to
versuche ich
realize,
immer so
what's the worst thing
vorzustellen,
that
mit
can
wie viel
happen?
Schwung kommt der Ball
Just
an
in
und
the
dann
bunker,
versuche ich
right?
halt
It's
auch
worth a go.
vorzustellen,
Either that,
ja,
hit it
wie
down the
könnte
right
das
side.
ablaufen,
There's
ob ich da
no
mehr
way
Schwung
you're
nach
going to reach
links, nach
this par
rechts, nach
5
vorne,
in
nach
2.
hinten gehen, ist einfach so ein bisschen so das bildliche Vorstellen, das hilft auch ziemlich viel. Ja, ich meine nur, das kommt einfach, wenn man ein paar Mal seine Erfahrung gesammelt hat, einfach ein paar Schläge gemacht hat, dann gemerkt hat, oh Gott, das ging in die Hose, da weiß man beim nächsten Mal, nee, so ging es in die Hose, dann muss ich es anders machen.
Now the second shot to the par 5.
Ja, klar, ne garantiert man nie. Wo ist denn jetzt der schwule Wind, Alter? Ich sehe ja mal gar nicht, wo überhaupt mein Pfeil ist, Alter. Oh, da ist der im Bunker, okay. Trotzdem Meter Gegenwind, Alter, da werden wir eben aus 300 Yards 200 Yards, ey.
Well, we have a 115-yard shot with a little helping wind.
Wo fliegt der denn?
Seems to like it. Looks like it's headed for the green.
Ah, nee, das war nicht gut.
Bit surprising, misses the green in regulation here at the par 5.
Yeah, you'd think this is one of the easier holes on the golf course. So now just trying to avoid 6.
Aber die Reputts, die kann man richtig gut machen, ja, das finde ich. Also die aus dem Bunker oder so wieder reinschlagen. Das geht richtig gut. Ah. Manchmal habe ich es von da aus geschafft, dann direkt ins Loch zu treffen. Das war
That's
geil.
amazing. That's a masterclass in short game.
Locked in on the read and the speed.
Aber ich finde halt, jetzt schaust du dir bei dem Putt an, man kann
That's a
richtig schön nach hinten, nach vorne, nach links, nach rechts schön koordinieren.
Par
Mit der
3
Linie kann man sich
17.
richtig
It is
gut
the
orientieren,
signature
finde ich.
hole here at PGA West. They call it Alcatraz with good reason. You can get locked up here and they'll throw away the key. It's a place that has spoiled a lot of rounds through the years. On the green, and looking at a birdie opportunity. Shouldn't be a problem here, but not a formality either.
Oh.
Wow, I thought it was going in just off the mark by a fraction. So they'll tap in.
Und putten musst du halt selbst, dass du keine richtige Güte hast.
Right in the
Aber
heart.
also wenn jetzt ein Millimeter davor liegt, wäre das nicht schlimm.
One great hole after another here at PGA West. The finishing hole, no exception. Frank, what can we expect here?
Great finishing hole. It's amazing. If you took the 3 bunkers we're first going to see down the right side, this would almost be a nothing hole. But because they're perfectly situated here, they really shrink up that driving area down the left side. And this is just a reward for a great swing, a
Mit
great
Ausnahme
strike,
von dem bisschen
great
PGA
shot.
Golfen war das einzige, wo ich, also das einzige Spiel auf Konsolen, wo ich auf Golf
Frank, this
gespielt habe,
approach
wie
shot
Sport,
seems
und das war
pretty
ja ein bisschen
straightforward.
was anderes.
Just don't hit it left.
Deswegen finde ich
Yeah,
das schon
it's a tough second shot. It's that
Nicht
visual.
schlecht.
Once again, you've got that green that's angled to the left. But once again, like a few holes out here, you do not have to hit directly at this flag. You are allowed to move that flag mentally 15, even 20 feet to the right. There's nothing wrong with that.
Bogenschießen war bei Resort dann. Ja.
That was like Usain Bolt, Frank, right through the tape.
Yeah, that first step,
Also.
that was never going to stop.
Jetzt zum Beispiel habe ich es gerade geschafft, von draußen das Ding wieder
Dude,
rein
that
zu putten.
in the hole, tremendous shot. So
War
that is
auch
a
nur
top
nicht,
10
war
performance
auch
through
nicht
2
weit,
rounds,
aber
Frank.
ja.
It's always nice to know that you have a shot with 2 rounds left in the tournament.
Well, here we are at 18. It's a par 4, only 439 yards, but again, we've said it all day long, water to deal with.
It's a great driving hole here, Rich. You don't necessarily have to hit driver. There's 3 groups of bunkers that are really in play off the tee shot. It's the one in the middle. It's around 290 yards. That's the one you really have to focus on. For stronger players, there's nothing wrong with hitting 3-wood off the tee there. You're still only going to have a shot of 150, 160 yards. Whichever way you look at it, it's something that you think you can find the fairway with.
Ja, müssten insgesamt 4 sein. Also jetzt noch 2.
Presented by EA Sports and the PGA Tour. Today it's live third round coverage of the Career Builder Challenge.
There's something about a well-hit shot.
Good lie in the fairway. Good chance to make something happen here. Frank, this TPC Stadium course in La Quinta, California has quite a history, doesn't it?
It certainly does. Every style of golf, age group, whether it's someone trying to get their tour card at a tour school, skins games played here from 1986 to 1991, even the PGA Club Professional Championship, they've all come and played here. It's so good to see it on the back on the rotation. But I've got to say, the one thing, and I was there, in 2000, it was the PGA Tour Q School. It was won by Stephen Allen, who was an Australian player. But the worst thing I've ever seen on a golf course happened on Alcatraz, 17th hole there. Joe Daly, who was looking like he was going to make his PGA Tour card, had a putt of about 3 feet. And I think he was playing with Craig Perks, who went on to win the Players' Championship. Joe Daly hits this putt. It hits the back of the hole, the liner in the hole, and popped out on the front lip. Never saw that before. It was amazing. And as luck would have it, Joe Daly missed his tour card by 1 shot.
That was as cruel a twist as I have ever seen in golf. Now the par 4 12th, only 363 yards, but Frank, it is intricate. There's a lot involved, isn't there, in playing a hole like this?
Yeah, I think this is where you have to work out, which clubs do you hit the best? Are you better with a 9-iron, are you better with the wedge? Because that's the distance you want to hit it to. That's how you can be aggressive, even when you're laying up.
Paying attention like a little kid at school, Frank. That baby's sitting up.
Sitting up? It's got the best view as well. You don't even need binoculars from where that ball is. Oh, solid strike right in the heart of the green.
That is classic.
Good chance of going in.
Makeable putt right here, currently sitting at 1 under for the round.
Guck mal, hinten auf der Anzeigentafel steht Rory McIlroy geboren in Nordirland.
Well, yeah, birdie, Frank, and another shot closer.
Sniffing in the right direction.
Now at the par 3 13th, and Frank, in some ways, this is vintage Pete Dye, isn't it?
It is. His use of wooden bulkheads, plus the fact that he gives you that diminishing line. The further you go back into this green, you realize it's a larger carry. It just sort of reeks of something that's hit to the front mid-right of this green.
That's one of the more depressing sights in golf. You hit a good one, and then it just sucks back too much spin off the green. In the cup. What a shot. Can't get much better than that.
Gönn dir, Alter. Gönn dir.
Now another short par 4. It's only 389 yards. But Frank, where could a player go off course, so to speak, at this 14th?
Well, this is a hole where you have to play your own game. If you're a longer hitter, I think you can challenge that bunker and knock it over there. And if you're shorter player, you should be only looking at that left side. You're always going to feel like you've left something out here on a hole like this. You always think you could have done the other option. But this is where you've got to stick to what you think is your game plan.
Midway through this back 9, could use this birdie here at the 14th. Really not much to this. The only issue would be a lack of concentration or focus.
Oh.
You can't leave it
Ich habe schon
short,
mehr Schwung
Frank.
gegeben, aber war ein bisschen zu
Especially
wenig.
right in the middle.
She has this for par.
Noch mehr Schwung geben müssen.
That's how you maintain momentum. You make those putts for par. Good third round, Frank, and a good spot heading to the final 18.
Yeah, to be in the top 5 right now, the caliber of this field, know that your game is good enough too, and a legitimate chance of taking home the trophy come tomorrow night. This really is what all those hours on the range contribute to this moment right now.
Ja, kommt das letzte.
This is EA Sports coverage of the PGA Tour.
Final Round steht auf Final.
Today it's the final round of the Career Builder Challenge. And now we're at the par 3 13th hole, 214 yards.
Oh, schon wieder so ein perverser Wind, ey.
Should be pretty good right there. On the safe side. So a chance for birdie after another solid approach shot.
It's no snap though.
Frank, this game will drive you crazy.
Yeah, you can do so many things right, and then just something so simple, completely wrong.
Ja, wie dieses klappt bei weitem nicht alles, aber...
Well, it's 4 1/4 inches. Use it all.
14th hole, par 4 of 389 yards. It is short, but Frank, there is some danger lurking along the way.
Yeah, most of it's sand. 2 options really: poke it down that left side, let it run down there like a bowling alley. Either that or take that bunker completely out of play, 290, 300-yard category, and get it down there where it's just a flick wedge. And
Frank, that ball's sitting up like it's on plush carpeting.
Rich, if you and I had lies like that every time, we'd still be playing this game for a living.
Playing this par 4, still not on the green after that second shot.
But still not done. A good third shot, maybe get away here with par.
Perfect, and in the hole. What a shot. Par 4 15th, measuring in at 468 yards. Well, Frank, we are turning home. It says so on the scorecard here at 15.
It is, and once again, another example of great bunkering by Pete Dye. Bunkers on a lot of golf courses are just simply left and right, but what Pete Dye does, he lets them cut in, especially that one down the left side of the fairway. It cuts in, so it has to be avoided, and it's going to be about 280 yards to take it completely out of play. That's probably the best line, is to get it just past that last bunker on the left side. It's like cyber vision, shot after shot, right at the flag.
Just dialed in. Been pretty good all day from this distance, just trying to take care of business. Good birdie right there, moving to 3rd place on the leaderboard. Here we go now, the final par 5 of the day, Frank.
Yeah, decision on how much you bite off here. If you play the ball to the right, then it's going to play its full 600 yards. But if you can take it in a direct line at that green, you're going to chew off a little bit of yardage. But you have to be able to carry that bunker.
And through the years, a lot of excitement here at this par 5 16th. She really hit that tee ball nicely. It is in perfect position, and now she'll have a chance to capitalize.
Ist mir das dumm, dass man nicht sieht, wo man hinstößt. Ach, hier, das blöde Loch mit dem wo der Wind so krass ist, dass man gar nicht den blauen Pfeil sieht, wo man hinschlägt. Weil der weiße Strich ist ja nur da, wo man optimal hinschlägt, wenn windstill ist. Aber das blaue ist da, wo es wirklich hingeht.
Third shot, looking for a good one. Good swing, good shot yet again. Good clean contact and a nice result.
Dabei habe ich gar kein
A chance for birdie coming up.
Oh, der Putt war so gut.
Frank, this is a good position to be in for a player. Making birdies, making some moves.
Yeah, starting to get the momentum too for the finish.
Birdie try up next.
It's that sneaky distance.
Frank, you know what gets me about this game? Here a person makes a legitimate effort, makes a good stroke, and that ball spins around and is just laughing at the player. And now what's left, you can breathe on that ball. It counts the same as a 300-yard drive. It's not right.
But it's the beauty of the game.
Letztes Loch.
And here it is, the final approach shot of the day. Well, that's how it's done. The approach shot is within 10 feet. Another good look. Getting set now over the putt. Go ahead and do that for birdie. So another tournament in the books, Frank, and what'd you make of this one?
Quality venue once again, Rich. The standard of courses we're seeing is excellent, and consequently, it's enabling the players to really play some great golf. So, I think golf's the winner today.
Ach, der erste hätte ich nicht bekommen. Da haben dann doch 4 unter Paar noch gefehlt, aber ja, ich bin zufrieden. Ich konnte jetzt nur nicht richtig definieren, ob das jetzt immer noch so eine vorbereitende Challenge oder schon PGA war. Also, nee. Was ist das jetzt? Fate Expert. My Career Challenge. Doch, war doch eine PGA Tour. Ja. Und das Spiel ist halt so dargestellt, dass man halt EA als Hauptsponsor hat quasi. Ja, dann kann ich nochmal kurz in die Schlägersektion gucken. Hier der erste, den ich immer hatte, der hat jetzt 82, 68, 82. Und der hat jetzt schon mal 80, 87, 80. Der hat dann zwar ein bisschen weniger Distanz, ne? Forgiveness, warum? Ist so ein bisschen so Fehler verzeihen, also wenn er irgendwie nicht so perfekt schlägt, dass er so mehr verzeiht. Workability ist ein bisschen einfacher, so funktioniert. Viel heißt eigentlich Gefühl. Man muss dann einfach sehen, ob das nicht so Balken voll sind. Der erste Schläger ist schon nicht schlecht. Aber man kann ja mal ganz, ja, man sieht die Daten hier unten nicht, aber das ist ja das Level 87, wo ihr den letzten freischalten könnt. Oder, nee, Level 100, Level 100. Die werden dann wahrscheinlich schon, etwas besser sein. Also ich weiß nur, dass hier hinten die Schläger, ich glaube den blauen hatte ich auch schon frei gehabt, bevor damals das gecrashed war. Und der war schon besser. Ja, das schaltet halt nicht für Driver, sondern auch für die ganzen anderen Schläger schaltet es auch frei. Neue Level schaltet es auch frei. Gelben, weißen, blauen, schwarz, was weiß ich, hier gibt es Millionen Stück dazu. Auch hier die Schafte und sowas alles hier. Und genauso halt bei deinem Charakter, wie gesagt, hast du halt die Outfits für die einzelnen Tage. Für Donnerstag, Freitag, Samstag und Sonntag. Da schaltest du halt auch immer neue Kleidungsstücke noch rein. Ich hab jetzt zum Beispiel auch eine rote Hose freigeschaltet, nur das Hälfte, oder du kannst auch natürlich Handschuhe und so. Natürlich, wo es gibt, Play Now einfach hier weg. Ja, was wollen wir mal Wind einstellen hier? Kannst sogar Wind einstellen, Alter. Ja, auch noch was einstellen kann. Kann ich nichts einstellen. Ist aber auch egal. Hauptsache ist ja, dass man kann es ja auch online gegeneinander spielen, geht ja. Ich glaube, da ist eher die Herausforderung. Ansonsten liegt es halt daran, Hauptsache in der Karriere halt da anzukommen. Kann ja mal zeigen hier, dass es auch einige Dinger gibt. Ansonsten gibt es hier so Pirates of the Caribbean Arena, gibt es auch hier so Treasure Islands. Battlefield 4 Arena gibt es auch, in Battlefield 4 Style. Coyote Grand Canyon gibt es auch. Dann auch so eine Windmühle. Leuchtturmpoint. Nee, ich hab einen Deal, wir können das zusammen online spielen, sobald es runtergegangen ist. Vorfreude ist jetzt bei der Wasser. Wir haben jetzt nicht 18 Löcher für die 4 spielen, also das müssen wir mal ein andermal zusammen machen. Geht maximal 9, aber ich locker mit 9 Löcher zu spielen. Wie das aussieht, Alter.
EA Sports is proud to present
Wie das
PGA
beim
Tour
Ladebildschirm
coverage.
aussieht, also beim Vorschaubild, Alter, überall die Türme im Hintergrund.
Today we're here at Paracel Storm, located in the South China Sea. Rich Lerner alongside Frank Nobilo for EA Sports, set to bring you all the action out on the course. Frank, looks like a bit of a war zone out there.
Interesting layout, Rich. 18 par 3s ahead of us, and well, we're going to have to negotiate ourselves around there, hopefully with radio control, and we can fire when we're ready.
One of the most unusual courses in the world. Players hitting across islands, over buildings, and off an aircraft carrier. You couldn't ask for much more.
This is not for the faint of heart. Oh, this is right at it.
On the green, a chance for birdie here on the first hole. Standing over this putt, concentrating on the read. -1 in the early going. Now to the second hole, Frank, and just a look here. This green is clearly very heavily guarded.
Yeah, you notice that guard shack on the right there. Well, you better keep your head down because we're not sure whether or not that guard shack is actually empty.
Be a dangerous shot here at the second.
And left, trees, a little bit of sand. There is the bridge as well.
Well, that is a ball-striking clinic right there. Another dazzling approach shot. Pretty close. Frank going for another birdie here.
Chance to get on a real roll.
Not a real hard game, is it? Birdie to open. Oh my goodness, Frank, I have never seen anything quite like this. What in the world's going on?
That's a destroyer, and it's off course, and it's heading straight for the island.
Look out!
Well, we're going to have to send in backup now, Rich. We'll need a drone just to try and find out the exact yardage because that ship now has blocked the view.
Talk about a tough defense setup around the green. This is unlike anything I've ever seen.
Und man muss über Schiff spielen, oder? Was? Lol. Was? Ja, was? Wo soll ich jetzt hinschlagen, Alter? Ich weiß gar nicht, wo ich hinschlage jetzt. Das ist aber so gewollt. Was? Jetzt schlage ich auf das... Was? Was?
Frank, there's fairway, there's rough, and then there's mulch.
Oh God!
Yeah, the worst thing about the mulch is all these little chips around the ball, and that's so the ball doesn't sit up. And once again, this shot might look easy, but if you just miss it a bit, it so exaggerates the outcome.
Oh, das ist stark.
Now on the green, has about 10 feet left
was
there
gibt's
to
halt auch
save
mit
par.
Pirates of the Caribbean so.
Shouldn't be a problem here.
Mit Pirateninseln. Dann auch noch im Grand Canyon und so.
Holding steady now at 2 under par. Frank surveying this hole. It appears as though your normal laser or rangefinder won't be good enough.
Well, we could always radio in the yardage there, but the radio tower, personally, I prefer sonar.
Seems to like it. Headed for the fat part of the green. Chance for birdie after that beautiful shot.
Nur im Hintergrund da. Ja, was da steht hier.
A little bit more
Ja,
hope
jetzt habe
and
ich so viele Truppe
determination in
geguckt,
that
dass ich
putt.
vorher meinen Schwung verknüpft habe. Egal.
Nothing wrong with that par putt. This is the par 3 fifth, Frank. This one goes back towards that destroyer, which came out of nowhere just a few holes ago. Glad we didn't pick that tower.
Well, anything to the right, and you'll definitely be swimming. Actually, we'd have to bring in the Navy SEALs probably to get it up and down from there.
Good chance at one. That's well played. Now a good look at birdie.
Really,
Ja, was?
this is that awkward length.
Well done. Another birdie, and now 3 under par. Now up to the 6th tee. We're back against that destroyer. Frank, you need to take it over that small island?
Yeah, once again, you're going to have to pick a very good target in the distance. Now, we know the shared greens at St. Andrews. Well, this is actually a shared green just cut by that little sand path that goes through the middle. This green is shared with the 8th, but still, this is a long par 3, and for some people out there, it'll be a case of ready, aim, and driver.
Weit, wohin? Wohin habe ich den jetzt geschlagen? Da war doch nicht das Loch, oder? Lol, wo ist der hingeflogen? Habe ich jetzt auch nicht so auf dem Schirm gehabt. Alter, was ist denn da mit der Palme auch los? Musst du den so viel Krüppel schlagen? Ja,
Well, the stats say that is a green hit in regulation, but it's not yet a par on the card. Very tough putt coming up.
Muss man online zusammenspielen.
Looks like he just misread that. Really not much to this. The only issue would be a lack of concentration or focus. Now at -2 for the day. Now on to the 7th, and Frank, this potentially a tricky hole.
Green well protected in the short and to the right there by that concrete blockade. Green lines up nicely, not overly long too. And really just a nice shot on target. Just be wary of the breeze, though, in case it's coming off the water. It'll blow it towards those palm trees.
And you don't want to get stuck down in the trenches either. That will be a great look at birdie.
Oh, how did that miss?
Are you kidding me? I mean, that one was dead center for the par. Nice par to remain at 2 under. Now at the 8th here at Parasol Storm, this is a relatively short hole, but if you notice off to the left, Frank, there is a basketball court, and that allows me the chance to say, from way downtown, yes!
Well, if you miss this green, you might be able to sign up too. There's plenty of barracks. You can just take a left turn, go into there and enlist. But if you want to keep playing, par 3, under 200 yards, and see if you can safely get on deck.
Setting up for the shot from the sand. This one looks like it's headed right for the middle of the dance floor, Frank.
Wenn der wieder reingeflogen wäre mit dem Backspin.
What a shot. Perfectly placed right next to the hole. Did the job right there. Rounding out this front 9 mission here, the 9th hole. Shot over the building.
I need to be careful. The front left of the screen is guarded by a tower, and anything right, you'll be ducking for cover in the trenches.
Been a real battle out here today. Just need to keep it all together. Just an incredible shot. That is a very makeable putt after a great approach. Well played. Really has a feel on these greens. That is another birdie. This is impressive. Well, that was a nearly flawless performance on the front side, but Frank, we know it's an 18-hole game, isn't it?
That's right. Now's not the time to pat yourself on the back.
Also meinst du jetzt nach dem 10., nach dem 9. Loch oder was meinst du? Na dann, gut. Aber da hinten fliegt auch Luftschiff und all sowas, hier überall noch hier die Schutzdinger davon. Echt Battlefield 4 voll. Damn. Vor allem, es gibt halt keine Begrenzung.
Every once in a while you're reminded this is a pretty hard game.
That was evidence.
GTA ist dann ja außer
You'd be happy to get it to within 2-3 feet.
Gibt's ja alles nicht. Du kannst das Ding bis nach Polen brettern, Alter. Das ist egal. Glaub mir, habe ich alles mal rausgefunden. Taken unplayable lie. Ach, hier kannst du auch Pausenmenü öffnen, dann kannst du eine ungültige Position, also von wo du einfach nicht weiterspielen kannst, kannst du auch einfach angeben, dann ist beendet oder so. Quasi wie so ein Zwischenaufgeben von der 1 vom Einzelnen. Ansonsten gibt es irgendwelche Challenges. Nightclub Challenge. Man kann es natürlich online zusammenspielen. Online-Tournaments. Oder hier Head-to-Head, 1 gegen 1. Gibt schon eine Menge Scheiße. Komm ich jetzt drauf hin? Gar nicht. Okay, dann egal. Ja. Moment mal. Moment.